that Professor Jules was in the studio, editing the tracks for the show before Christmas. The Puls8 Radio Christmas Special. Puls8 Radio Christmas Special. Merry Christmas, Puls8ers.
It's a Christmas special, lads. Look at the fun faces you've got for this Christmas special here. Isn't it exciting? I'm going to take that off. It's boiling in it. Oh, knock my microphone off and everything. Ho, ho, ho. Lads, it's Christmas. Can you believe it? It's astonishing. Another year's gone round. Ho, ho, ho indeed, Phil. Phil's gone all out with a Christmas hat and a Christmas T-shirt. Martin's gone all not out with some red curtains.
Well, I got a mince pie.
Which you borrowed from next door.
Yeah, but Santa's been already. He's had a go at the Stollen as well.
Has he, Martin? Did that happen about 3 o'clock in the morning when Marianne was in bed? Did it by any chance? Yes, exactly. Well, we all know it was you, Martin. We all know it was you.
You're obviously working for the National Health Service.
National Health Service. Can you see the sort of quality that we're going to get tonight? Yeah. Look at that. Martin's on the milk stout. Phil's got a fantastic gin and Aperol Spritz mix. Now that's a Christmas drink. A little bit of tonic splashed in there. I've got a great big pint of vodka. It's nice water. Anyway, there we go. What a show. What a Christmas show we have set up for you tonight. It's astonishing.
Gout-busting water.
Well, exactly. Yeah, gout-busting special. But we do have an amazing array of music, as always, for you tonight. We've had a little break, which has been lovely, and Martin's put together some extra special stuff for us tonight to come back with a big bang and end the year with a bit of pizzazz. And what a lot of pizzazz we've got tonight. Martin, where are we starting off our extraordinary journey around the world this evening?
Yeah, it is around the world, but we're starting, so we're doing our bookend stuff again. So, but this time we're starting off with the amazing Hannah Peel. And I know we've been talking about it, Jules, the new album. And it's just astonishing album, isn't it? Brilliant. Such amazing piece of music. So I've chosen this track called Emergence in Nature.
It's a beautiful piece of music. Let's have a listen. Wow, that was Hannah Peel. That was Emergence in Nature. Do you know what? And we were just chatting as we were listening to that then, and what a beautiful piece of music that was. That's very sort of John Hopkins-esque, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. It's got that feel. She is amazing. Now, obviously, a few weeks ago we played some John Fox and the Mass. She's in John Fox and the Mass. She's also part of another group called Magnetic North.
Right.
But I mean, there's not many albums out there. There's another album I think she did a few years ago, but she's classically trained. She's written a lot of TV themes. She's done some Game of Thrones contributions, working with theatres, also a BBC Radio 3 broadcaster. So the lady is very talented. This
song's off the latest album, I think, isn't it, Martin?
Yeah.
And that latest album is brilliant.
Oh yeah, it was a Furwave, nominated for a Mercury Prize this year.
Not surprised. I mean, it is just a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. Phil, isn't it? Come on, give us a bit of Christmas pizzazz around that. Pull your cracker out.
Phil?
Yeah,
pull your cracker out.
We've been missing this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And as it is Christmas, they've all got a bit of a festive theme to it to make my reviews today. And this one I've put, Santa's little helpers are in the workshop, pissing about with all the modular gear that Puls8ers and only humanoids are getting for Christmas. Santa felt like shouting, "Shut the F up!" but instead found him lost in the wonderful music. Found himself lost in the wonderful music.
I was lost at those words, Phil. Have you been on the eggnog again?
Well, no, I've been on the old the gin.
Oh, I thought there was a bit of eggnog on your chin, but perhaps it wasn't. Oh dear, no, I don't think it is.
I think those. By the time we get to the end of the show, I think the F words might be at full expanded with the yuck on the end of it.
No, that's the only one with anything dodgy in it.
I know it's a beautiful piece of music, though, and the whole album. We've said we've chatted personally about this before. The whole album is just absolutely beautiful. It really is. I mean, Hannah Peel. Sorry, go on, Martin. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say what surprised me because when I was listening to it in the car, and it really, it's my Delia Derbyshire sort of background when I did my dissertation on Delia Derbyshire. There's a couple of tracks at the end where she got music to an interview that Delia Derbyshire's done. So she's obviously that connected with that sort of she is a sculptress of sound similar to Delia Derbyshire.
Sculptress of sound. I like that phrase. I'm going to use it more in conversation.
Yeah, I wish I'd used that myself.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a beautiful piece of music. So where can we find more of that? I'm guessing Spotify or somewhere like that probably, is it?
Yeah, but she has her own website, hannahpeel.com.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Do look it up. So if you haven't heard of any Hannah Peel stuff before, honestly, and particularly that latest album, it's absolutely beautiful. It really is. It's absolutely amazing. So that was superb. Great choice to kick us off with there, Martin. Now we're going straight into the community. We're just going to jump around the corner over the Little Orme, between the Little Orme and the Great Orme. It's only Tim Lewin. Now, talking about prolific, Tim Lewin has been massively prolific in 2021, has produced all sorts of pieces of music and all sorts of pieces of musical equipment. So if you don't know who Tim Lewin is, have a look at him on Facebook. I think he's on what's he on Facebook as? He's
the inventor.
We're going to look it up and it will tell you after the tune. That'll be the easiest thing.
We'll tell you that. We will try and tell you that, but we probably won't.
We'll have a go. Right, let's have a quick listen further. This is Tim Lewin. This is Ploy Dreams. Wow, that was Tim Lewin with Ploy Dreams. That was Tim does some really great, and most of his stuff is quite chiptuney as well, but it kind of blends sometimes into other things. We've looked him up as well, and if you look on YouTube, it's The Instrument Inventor, and you'll find Tim Lewin on there, and he's got some fantastic videos of him creating his musical instruments, and I won't even bother trying to describe them because they're just astonishing. But he's also a fantastic musician as well, and produces these beautiful pieces of music. And again, it was I wrote Chippy Toony, Timmy Toony off that, because it is a chippy toony Timmy Toony, isn't it? Come on, Phil, isn't that what it was? Proper classic Tim Lewin. That
was marvellous. Yeah. Well, I thought first of all, I want to lay down a challenge to Tim.
Want to lay down? Well, we were laying down.
Well, I am laying down. What I was going to say is next year on one of the Only Human gigs, Tim needs to take one of his inventions there and play it live.
No, that's a great idea.
The gin bottle one.
Yeah. Genius idea, that is.
What a night that'd be to see that. I'd travel over from Leicester for that.
That's what we pay you for, to do so these ideas. Stonking idea.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But, what I was going to say about this one, I got a feeling, you know that song Christmas Rapping? This was like Christmas rapping, but without the actual rapping bit. It was like a ghost of Christmas 80s, and it is classic Tiny Tim Lewin. See what I did there?
We're all together.
Christmas Carol.
And we're all together in Electric Dreams. See what I did there?
Yeah.
We're all together in Ploy Dreams.
Yes. Brilliant. I tell you what, he always does this too. He's only old Tim Lewin. He gets you thinking. And I thought it was as warm and hearty as any Christmas hearth. This tune. Yeah, it was lovely.
He's got
heartwarming.
He has got a way of putting a tune together, old Tim. He does know how to put a tune together. And it's and it's always got a very sort of different feel to it. And he's always got he usually quite neatly ties them into video games as well. I think this one's tied into a video game as well, isn't it? It's is it Descent?
Yeah,
this one's tied into
Descent 3. Yeah. I mean, it's got that classic sort of mute sound of the 80s. I always reference him to Silicon Teens, which was Daniel Miller anyway, I think. So it's got that retro 80s sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really, really cool though. So I think Tim's got
favourite ones. One of my favourite ones of Tim's, I thought.
Yeah. It's
liked it.
And Tim's got quite, as I say, he's quite eclectic. So he's got quite a lot of stuff out there. I think most of his stuff is he's got a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I'm not sure where else you find it, Martin. Do you know?
In his workshop.
Martin's frozen. Look at that.
That's a brilliant
mid-drink of a glass of stout.
I don't think he's got Spotify or SoundCloud or Bandcamp, so I think he normally just does under the inventor bit on YouTube.
Okay,
that's where you can find him.
Okay, look Tim up. He's fantastic. He's got loads of stuff on there. And thank you very much, Tim, for pushing that one through. Right, okay, so we've got another cracking little tune coming up here now. So this is The Path of Least Resistance, Dead Above the Neck.
They take all our jobs and eat all the fish in our sea, and we stare blankly at the page, knowing mainly what we used to be. Hey!
Like truth up on the stage.
Tell them what they want to hear.
Mixing a little fear, dripping
across the page. Words have meaning, they keep laws intact. Death to reason and fact, the masses react. A man can only take so much. Now's the time to cut the body from the head of the snake. Cause you're dead above the neck. Why should you get a piece of me? Your logic flew over, swimming against the tide on our little island. Reasons for uncertainty. Now we can breathe free from the influence of others. Majesty covered me. Now we are free. There's no regrets. We made our stand on our terms, but with our heads in the sand. A man can only fake so much. See those images of lies up on the screen. And what they want to hear, mix in a little fear. And LCD. Images lie, and that's a fact. Death to reason and truth, the masses we tracked. A man can only take so much. A lamb in a pack of wolves is not a dove. We will live on what we make.
They take all our jobs and eat all the fish in our sea.
Angle and I pledge to thee. They will take us from these shores in boats abound. These reasons for insanity. Across the marsh to a foreign and distant land. They're pushing us into the sea. We would have been flooded on our little island. I've no regrets, we put out our stand. It's Tommy and me. It's war, innit? Don't you see? Stand up for so, like a grain of sand against the desert. Tell them what they want to hear, mix in a little fear. Who am I to alter this course? Words have meaning, and they keep laws intact. Deaf to reason and facts, the masses react. A man can only say so much.
Wow, that was Dead Above the Neck from The Path of Least Resistance. I didn't realise until Martin was telling me halfway through this guy's from New York as well, because this sounded like to me like it was starting off like with a political statement around Brexit or something or other, which obviously it can't have been. Well, it can have been, but if he's from New York, I doubt it was.
Well, it's Michael O'Connor from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm not sure if he's American or he's a Brit in New York. I haven't quite found that out, but yeah, I thought, those to me it sounded a bit like Fag Gadget meets Monty Python.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it did absolutely. Martin, can you just do me a favour? Just give me your best Brooklyn accent.
Your best Brooklyn accent? Oh well, he's Michael O'Connor, so he's got to be Irish, hasn't he?
Probably not.
You got to wear his bulletproof. Got to wear his bulletproof knickers.
I doubt he's going to have that accent in Brooklyn. I'm doubting that somehow or other. Phil, do you want to give us a chance? Do you want to give us a chance at yours, Phil?
Well, I'll have a boiger.
That's more like it, you see. Hot coffee.
I'll have a boiger.
Yeah.
Coffee, boiger.
Coffee. Hot coffee. Anyway.
Yeah, boiger.
Anyway, so Phil, we probably ought to do a review of his music rather than just his accent.
Right. Well, first of all, The Path of Least Resistance. I wonder if he's a bit of a Human League fan, because that's was an old Human League track was called that.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
And I've got the force of Christmas past is strong in this one, Master, said Ebenezer. But just what is its message? I'm not sure, but it sounds measured, deep, and important. Really loved it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, Brexit, it sounded like important sort of political message in there. Whether it was or not, I don't know.
Yeah, it was probably Trump-esque or something. I don't know, but it was something. But whatever it was cool.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool. Really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. So, do we know where we can find more Path of Least Resistance?
We do. Yeah, we do. So
Brilliant.
it's tpolr.bandcamp.com. See what you did there? It's a TPLOR.
TP. So, do you want to spell out again?
The
Martin?
path
You spelled it
of
differently.
least resistance.
Yeah, you spelled it out differently the first time. So it was
TPOLR. Sorry.
Yeah, but that was fantastic. And please do look up a little bit more of the Path of Least Resistance. Fantastic stuff. And thank you very much for letting us play that as well. So moving on, we've now got we've got Lorenzo Montana. This is a tune. Atrium. That was Lorenzo Montana. That was Atrium. I tell you what, that felt a little bit like to me. That felt a little bit like being in the depths of a labyrinth with something dripping down the back of your neck very slowly. And there's a shadow in the darkness staring at you with just one red eye. That's a little bit what it felt like to me anyway.
No, that's good analysis.
You say that, Phil, but everybody always goes quiet when I do one of those. We kind of stares at each other.
Satan's just gone by the house, actually. Satan's just gone by the house again. Oh, God.
You with your red coat and your black shirt.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So go on, Martin. Sorry. So that was a fantastic piece of music, though.
So Lorenzo Montana is from Italy, but Bologna. Is that where Bolognese comes from?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful piece of music, and so dramatic, and it's filmic, isn't it? Cinematic. Yeah. It's got to be in like an alien film. It would actually just suit it so well. That piece of music is very. Apparently started in the 90s, producing and arranging more than 40 albums. So this guy has a huge track record.
What? Not many tunes as Tim Lewin.
Well, yeah, quite possibly.
It's like having a conversation with Norman Collier sometimes. When he's Martin winding his window up and down, and then it'll be perfect. So anyway, Phil, have we done your words yet? I can't remember.
No, we haven't. Because going back to your analysis of it, listen to mine. So, I'm floating through the air, sang the snowman as the boy, clutching his icy hand, started to realise how strange and sinister the old situation was. The boy looked down below at the Christmas lights of hope, but the Christmas lights of hope were obscured by the snow clouds of cruelty. Atmosphere and snow spades, folks, in this one. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Read it out very well, but I think you got the gist.
I got the gist, absolutely, and you're right, because the snowman is a very, very creepy cartoon, really.
When you think about it,
it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
he could be terrified, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
he could do a soundtrack to that, couldn't he?
Man in a snowman outfit goes and abducts your child. Basically, it's just a very strange film. I'll probably ruin that for everybody for every Christmas forthcoming now, but
Imagine if Lorenzo Montana did the soundtrack to that, as Martin's just said. What a different film it'd be.
Yeah. It'd be X-rated.
But it was a fantastic piece of music. So where can we find some more Lorenzo Montana?
LorenzoMontana.bandcamp.com, and there are lots on there.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay, well, if any of it is anything like that, it's going to be superb. So let's just listen to a little bit more of that. Okay, so moving on, we've now got, it's the classic, it's Dr. Skime. Let's have a listen
to
this.
Friend of the show, mate.
Friend of the show. This is Lost Patrol. Now, that was classic Dr. Skime. Random, different. And I'm going to put it in there, panpipes. Maybe there is a I think it might have been Dr. Skime where Panpipe Gate actually originated, because I think I had a sound of one of those previously, but I definitely got a little bit of a poop of a panpipe in there. I think.
As I used to call them, pants pipes. No, I know what you mean.
But there was a little toot of a panpipe, I'm sure I found in there somewhere. But anything by Dr. Skime is always fantastic. Come on, Martin, isn't it? It's always great.
Yeah, well, this is from 2003, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's an old one. Apparently, before Dr. Skime was Dr. Skime.
All right, in his panpipe period.
Yeah, so it's self-generating landscape or soundscape, as he calls it. But yeah, so there's some really cool sounds in there, and it's very sort of experimental. Brilliant piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, fantastic piece, wasn't it, Phil?
Yeah, as you sort of echoing what you said, I put it was Christmas Day in the rainforest, and the pipes of peace were competing with the chittering of jungle creatures and pan-clanging natives.
With the shitting of what?
Pan-clanging natives.
Clanging on
pans. Then down came the Star of David, except it wasn't. It was the alien from the Waitrose advert wearing a nylon spacesuit. Discharged static everywhere. I don't know. Because it's like it goes into static later on. It's probably part of its evolving nature.
Yeah.
I thought it was fabulous, though, you know.
Oh, there goes Satan. There goes Satan again.
Oh God, yeah.
Beautiful words, though, Phil, as always. And it's that advert's a bit of a disappointment this year, isn't it? It's,
oh dear.
Just sick small child in a strange outfit, and a wooded glade.
On so many levels. Wrong.
Yeah, very, very peculiar. Not like Dr. Skime, who produces amazing pieces of music every single time. And again, doesn't let us down for this Christmas special. What a piece of music that was. So where can we find more Dr. Skime?
SoundCloud.com/Dr. Skime.
SoundCloud?
Dr. Skime / Dr. Skime, yeah.
/Dr. Skime. It's a SoundClouder. We don't get many SoundClouders these days. That's good news.
No.
Seems to be leaving it, yeah.
I know. We won't get onto SoundCloud
don't
gate.
Do
No.
Good Lord, that could be very dangerous. Rocky road to go down. Right, let's move on very quickly. So thank you very much indeed, Dr. Skime, for that. Another fantastic piece of music. So, we've got another unusual one coming up now. So we've got Frankie and Riki Abi with Burning Notre Dame.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
That was Frankie and Riki Abi. You can see how much Martin enjoyed that. He's relaxed straight back in his luxury leather sofa. Look at that there. That was Burning Notre Dame. What a beautiful, amazing piece of music that was. And those distorted vocals. And again, there's another one coming up a bit later on, which has got a real anthem feel to it. But it had a bit of an anthem feel to that again.
Yeah, it's a great. There's some female vocals there, isn't there, somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah, and so the inspirations. Well, Jean-Michel Jarre, Tangerine Dream, Kraftwerk, the usual
classics,
inspiration that we. Yeah. And again, we've got a bit of an Italian. Apparently, these guys have been friends for about 30 years, and between it's a Turkish-Italian connection here.
Right.
So interesting trance, synthwave, side trance influences. So you can hear it in the music. It's a brilliant track. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
It's superb, isn't it, Phil? With your Christmas
so I put the Christmas elf decided to bust some Yuletide moves to the throbbing beat of Christmas Present as he sang a Christmas song with his synthetic munchkin voice.
Perfect.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because there was a synthetic munchkin voice in there.
There was.
Possibly female, as was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and I did like the voice
as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I agree with you. I liked the voice particularly. It added so much to it, that. And it had a strangely sinister edge to it at certain points as well. You know what I mean? Like, because there's that childish innocence to it, which enjoy yourself, Martin. Had that kind of childish innocence to it, which sometimes can be creepy. Like one of those little wind-up music boxes or something like that.
That's it. Yeah.
But it was very, very cool piece of music. So again, if we want to listen to more Frankie and Riki Abi, where can we find that?
Frankie Riki Abi at bandcamp.com. You'll have to work it out. I can't spell it.
Thanks, Martin.
Frankie Riki Abi.bandcamp.com.
That's perfect. Nobody would get confused by that at all.
No.
We'd be straight to that URL.
Yeah.
Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Beautifully done. Seamless. It's almost like we're professionals at this. It's amazing. Thank you very much, Martin.
The milk stout's kicking in.
I think it might be.
I think the gin.
Yeah. There's probably some dementia in there kicking her as well.
Yeah, we had that conversation about half an hour ago before the show. Anyway. So right, let's move on. Right, okay, we've got. This is lovely. This is a massive piece of music. This is a superb piece of music. This is Tycho with L.
It's Christmas!
That was Tycho with L. What a fantastic, massive ambient piece of music that was. It was just one of those ones that just sucks you in and you just get washed along with the wave of what's going on with that piece of music. That was absolutely beautiful. Now, you were saying in that as well, Martin, that these are quite a big commercial band. I'd not actually heard of them before, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, well, Tycho is Scott Hansen, American musician.
Right.
Based in San Francisco. So another American artist we got on the show. Yeah, and I've got a couple of albums, I think, but it's just beautiful, lush soundscapes. And obviously, yeah, as a guitarist, that's the only reason we put guitars on is when they actually use it in a synthetic way. And they create sort of these washes of great, fantastic sounds. A bit like the All India Radio band from Australia, I think. Yeah. So again, reminds me of I sometimes reference John Carpenter, but this case, Ulrich Schnauz is an artist I love. It's that sort of ambience and beautiful sort of soundscapey sort of sound, and it is lush, isn't it? Absolutely lush.
Yeah. It's a beautiful piece of music, isn't it, Phil? I mean, I'm sure it's difficult to find the words to whilst this is washing over you, but he always does.
So this is the feeling I got from this track. Christmas snow. Do you see? I'm having to fit Christmas in.
We've noticed that.
Yeah.
Christmas,
funny that, isn't it?
Christmas snow. It's like I planned it that way, with it being Christmas quite soon. Christmas snow flutters to the ground, swirling icily above a warm campfire where various electronic artists are sat doing a Christmas Day alfresco YouTube video. A heartwarming track for chilly souls.
But
I can imagine, you know what they say in the wild with the modulars.
Oh, hang on. What have we got here?
Look at that.
What's that?
It's a hot chocolate. A Christmas hot chocolate.
You lucky man.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, gosh.
Always good.
Oh, yes.
Very good.
Dip your toe in it.
Yeah, dip your toe in it.
Yeah. You will.
Good for the gout.
It's hot enough my toe as it is without that. But yes, that's beautiful words as well, Phil. I didn't comment on those as my hot chocolate was being gently delivered.
That's right. You've got to get your priorities right.
Well, you have, absolutely. But that was an amazing piece of music. And again, I'm sure if you do a search around on Spotify or something like that, you'll find Tycho L hanging about on there somewhere. Oh, sorry, Tycho and L, the song, hanging about on there somewhere or other as well. So please do search that out. Right, okay. Moving on. We're now going to go on to this is a belter as well. They're all belters, they always are. But anyway, this one really is a great song. This is Void Windmill or Windmill. Wow, that was Void Windmill. It's just one after another tonight. And I tell you what else it is. It's one after another from another country after another, because that was all the way flown in from Romania, wasn't it, Martin?
I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce this, but it's Cluj-Napoca in Romania. Probably got that wrong.
Probably have. You've probably sworn.
Napoca.
Martin, now.
Yeah,
said something
probably
terribly
offended
rude.
Romanians there.
I think you probably
I know,
have.
but
Probably
yeah.
been a
So
Borat.
that's Victor Dragan. His name is.
Right. Okay.
He's an artist, painter, and musician.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, very dark sort of sounds. And I think that's the longest track of the night. Actually, about 7 minutes long.
Yeah, but again, it didn't feel like it, and it's quite a the best way to word this, really. But the piece, it flowed beautifully, and it was quite a similar sound throughout the whole thing. Didn't really develop massively into anything, but it was just
those timpani drums in there.
There was a lot of timpani in there. There was a lot of timpani in there. You're quite right there, Martin. But the whole thing flowed so beautifully that I was just absorbed inside it, listening to it, and all of a sudden it was like over, and I thought, oh, blimey, well, that's gone in no time. It didn't feel anything like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Even with the timpanic interlude. Did it, did it, Phil?
No, and I was thinking, you see, I'm sure that this is going to, now that you've said he's from Romania, where did you say he's from? Was it Yugoslavia?
Romania, you're right.
Romania, thought so. I think my review probably make more sense to him than it does to us. No, I'm reading it back.
Did they remain in the EU, Romania?
They did, yeah.
Is
they
that
were Romanians?
Is that a joke, Martin? I'm not quite sure. It's hard to tell sometimes.
I tried to rescue it into a joke. Did you notice?
You did.
Anyway,
you tried so hard, but honestly, that needed more than a second faster. That needed a full defibrillator on that. Did.
So I think I got hooked up on the title Windmill. So it was Christmas Day at Camberwick Green, and Windy Miller had too much Crimbo cider again. Mrs. Honeyman came over to see if he was okay, and he promptly sprang up and staggered about as if he was a member of the Ministry of Silly Walks. So I'm sure there's a bit in there that if you tried to dance to it, the timpanis and that, you'd be all over the place.
I was worried where that was going. I thought it was going to say that he gave her one or something like that. But luckily you didn't say that.
Help me a bit of Windy Miller. He was the best character in Camberwick Green, Windy Miller.
Oh, he was ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the equivalent of Dylan the Rabbit in the Magic Roundabout.
He was.
Different. He had a different voice.
They did. Both absolutely smacked off the tits. Yeah. So, but anyway, but it is a fantastic piece of music. Merry Christmas, everybody. Fantastic piece of music again. So I've completely lost where we are. Void Windmill, that was it. Brilliant words as always. So where can we find more Void Windmill, Martin?
Well, I found some stuff on YouTube. He has posted a few links on Puls8 on our Facebook page. So I think it's quite new, a new artist. So he hasn't got many social links at the moment. But I was chatting to him earlier, so I think he's looking forward to actually listen to the show.
Well, if that's anything to go by, and if that's early stuff, carry on, because that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Really, really enjoyed that. That was superb. So thank you very much indeed for that. Right, moving on, we've got now this again. Oh, we've got some cracking stuff on tonight. This is Robert Shrigley Woolf, and this is Dark Matter.
A small part of the universe as far as we know in the physical realm, much more than we can see, like a fallen leaf from an old Dutch shell. There's an exotic particle in dark matter There's an exotic particle in dark matter. Things appear, then vanish again. Are they from a multiverse? Where have they gone? I cannot see more than relativity. There's an exotic particle in dark matter. There's an exotic particle in dark matter. Darkness pushing out the light to go jump into a portal. Don't you know? Could I lose my atomic structure? Take me out of here. Let's go home. Thoughts from a scientist has led me to see what really hits an unknown part of the universe, above and beyond what really exists. There's an exotic particle in dark matter. There's an exotic particle in dark matter. Darkness pushing out the light to go jump into a portal. Don't you know? Could I lose my atomic structure? Take me out of here. Let's go home. There's an exotic particle in dark matter. There's an exotic particle in dark matter. There's an exotic particle in dark matter. Dark matter. Dark matter.
It's Christmas! Oh, that was Robert Shrigley Woolf. That was Dark Matter. What a piece of music that was, wasn't it? Where have we had that from, Martin? That was cracking.
Well, this is my friend, another Colwyn Bay artist.
Oh, really?
So we've got two Colwyn Bay artists tonight. We've got Tim Lewin and Tim Slandidno.
Tim Slandidno. Yeah, Tim Slandidno.
Yeah, so two very, very local people to us anyway. Rob is in Colwyn Bay, right? And this was produced in Penman Mawr, actually. The studios in Penman Mawr. And we've been working with Rob, me and Marianne, and we did a track which was actually on the Last Only Human album called Artificial Intelligence.
Right, yeah.
So, but yeah, he's got a great sort of retro sound, and he writes fantastic pop tunes. And this is what I like about it. Well, I like it. It's a good pop tune. Yeah. Yes, there are elements of sort of rocky synthy sounds, and I just love that bass synth solo. It's very Billy Currie or Giorgio Moroder, maybe. Yeah, brilliant.
Giorgio Moroder,
just a fantastic tune. And it could be. Yeah.
That's a massive compliment. Bit of Giorgio Moroder in there. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Phil. Your eyes are tensed, ready to spring to life.
I'm really proud of this review. To be honest, this is the best one so far, I think, because it goes like this: it was Jules's annual hootenanny, and Muse's tour bus had skidded off the road. Jules Holland immediately got on the phone to his sister Marianne, and she recommended Robert Shrigley Woolf, who turned out to be a fitting replacement for the mighty Muse. What do you think of that? Giorgio Moroder and Muse in the same flipping review.
Look at that.
Amazing. Yeah.
Look at that. Amazing.
There's a bit of Muse in there as well, yeah.
It's all fitted together like it was meant to be. Amazing.
It has, absolutely. So where can we see it? Sorry, Mark.
No, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, where can we hear a little bit more Robert Shrigley Woolf?
Yeah, Rob hasn't got any sort of major social links, but some of his tracks are on Spotify. There is a Bandcamp. He's on Bandcamp. So Robert Shrigley Woolf somewhere in Bandcamp.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I haven't got that link. But we are slowly working on his album, Artificial Intelligence, and Dark Matter will be on that album. And I was lucky to do the video for this track, so which is out there. So great, yeah.
Very good, superb,
Brilliant.
Fantastic piece of music. So do look up a little bit more of Robert Shrigley Woolf. He's delighted with me doing that constantly. Anyway, but it is a superb piece of music. Thank you very much indeed for letting us play that. Right, next up we've got. This is a good dance tune. Get your dancing boots on. Get them ready.
Yeah.
This is Memley. This is Blood on You.
That's right.
Oh, that was Memley, Blood on You. That was a great bit of a bopper. It was a good proper dance tune. And I recognised some of the not the tunes in there and not the melodies in there, but the actual physical sounds themselves. And I'm not sure whether it was because they're from pieces of equipment that I've had previously or what. So I don't suppose you know what that was made on, do you? Or what piece of equipment it was made on?
I was trying to. I think it's Matthew Emley, which is so Memley. We get these from the emails, and sometimes we don't have social links. So I think I found him on Facebook, and there's a picture of a TR-606 on there. So probably one of those would probably be on that track, or something similar. Matthew or Matt is from Bournemouth. So we are getting people from obviously the UK and around the world. It's fantastic.
Indeed, brilliant. Absolutely, Martin, absolutely. I mean, it was dance-tastic, Phil, wasn't it? I mean, I could see your feet tapping and twitching as that was going along, and nobody can see it now. But you've got those little bells on the end of your shoes, which do jingle beautifully along to the songs.
And the curled up toes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my old slippers, yeah. I've put Santa's little helpers had finished for the night and just wanted to let their hair down. The old man said, I know, put Blood on You on the turntable, dug out the old glitter ball and everyone boogied until the new year.
Perfect.
Quite possibly, yeah.
And I thought that summed it up.
Does it's New Year's Eve, left, right, and centre, that is. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, lay that one down on the turntable.
I like
this. Up and dancing.
I like the spoken vocals. It kind of reminded me a bit of Ladytron that we had a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Definitely. So where can we find a bit more Memley?
You can find Memley on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/Memley.
Blimey, that's our second SoundCloud tonight. Maybe tunes in. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe SoundCloud's making a comeback. Who knows? Maybe this is the turning point.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, well, exactly. But anyway, let's move on from that controversial point. It's Christmas time, Marty. There's no time for controversy or anything like that sort of business. Christmas parties, we didn't bring that up.
No parties around here. No parties around here.
No, absolutely. Yeah. No, cheese and wine.
No.
Right, it was just a business meeting. Right, okay. So next up, we've got, yes, it is. That's right, it's Martin's Christmas monster. It is. How very exciting. And what a Christmas monster we've got. So we'll chat about this on the other side.
To find a T-Rex with a Christmas hat on.
Maybe, Martin. You've ruined the surprise now because everybody's listening to this after the jingle's been and they've seen the graphic. However, either I did find a T-Rex with a Christmas hat on or I didn't. And everybody will know that by this point. Either way.
I've never seen one with a Christmas hat
on. We'll find out in a few days' time. Right, so anyway, we have got Martin's Christmas monster. It is Kebu. This is Fleeting Lights. That was Kebu, Fleeting Lights. Now, I was expecting, sometimes I always do this because when it's Martin's Monster, I always expect something to go boom and there'd be some massive song that comes kicking out. And it wasn't. It was a very, very gentle sort of ambient anthem, which is a bit of a weird juxtaposed kind of thing to say, an ambient anthem. But it was like I don't know, it's hard to describe really. Almost orchestral.
Do you know why I chose it? I'm a sucker for a great tune, and this is a great tune. I was thinking this is the sort of thing. It sounds something like I might write, and I think that's why it's all just rather than some of the other tunes which are also awesome.
Yeah.
But why I chose this, because I thought this could be a Fourth Eden tune. The guy is prolific and he's Finnish. From Finland. Another Ulrich Schnauz reference, because I had that feeling again, I'm afraid. And so, but I also think he's probably like the Finnish Jean-Michel Jarre.
Right.
He is a synth guy, and you've seen some of his if you see some of his videos, he's got a whole array of hardware on stage. He's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Superb.
Oh yeah.
So, Phil, come on. I'm sure you can put some fleeting words around those fleeting lights.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for you to do your Scandinavian accent again, and then alienate us from
Goody.
See now, Martin, that's not a Scandinavian accent at all. Standing in the discotheque, smoking a cigarette, playing your CD player. Now that is a Scandinavian accent.
Sweden, isn't it?
Sweden.
Yeah. Sweden, slightly different. Sweden is much more like that.
Why do they all sound a bit like Sean Connery when you do it?
Sean Connery after he's had a stroke. Yeah.
Anyway, I wrote about this one, which is my strangest review, because now I'm reading it back to myself. I think, what the hell was I thinking? But it goes, I aspire to the heights you've reached, said Dancer to Rudolph. Come on, join me, he said. And you lot too. So up they soared on a nostalgic polysynth chord sleigh of sparkling light.
I love it. I've no idea what you're on about, but I love it.
Yeah. Completely not bollocks, but it's brilliant.
There's a lot of polysynth stabs in there.
Yeah.
The chords.
There were. I can see where you're coming from.
I loved.
Ignore Martin. I see exactly what you were trying to say. Absolutely.
You have to listen. You have to listen to the track and read this shit at the same time, and it's sorry.
Yeah. That's why we pay you for this. Yeah, you know, it's good quality crap.
That's what it all comes from.
It is. We'll go that far, but yeah, it is. I tell you what. Do you know what? It's the last Christmas tune of the night.
Oh my
the last one of 2021.
Well, but do you know, and also of 2021. But do you know what? Christmas time is a time for building bridges. It's time for making amends for past mistakes. It's time for holding hands again and appreciating that perhaps friends broken should be friends mended. So we've got something very special to end off. Yeah, it's Gary Numan. I've forgiven him for being so mean to us about his spaceship, the Numan 480, after we brought it back, just because Martin had broken a knob off and replaced it with a fruit pastel. It wasn't my fault. It was Martin's fault. So anyway, we've made amends.
I was never on that.
It was Andy Peggs.
It was Andy Peggs.
It was Andy Peggs who did that.
I didn't want to cast aspersions whilst he wasn't here, so I thought I'd blame it on Martin instead. It'd be a lot easier. But yeah, it was actually Andy Peggs. Yeah, and then he ate the button afterwards because he put the fruit pastel on the package halfway back. So that's why Gary was so annoyed. But anyway, we have made amends now, so we have got a Gary Numan classic from his album Savage coming up next to finish us off for the night. This is Gary Numan. Pray for the pain you serve.
the faithless. We are no one, we are nothing at all. And I will be here when the storm ends. And I will sleep here when my time ends. And I will cry here when the dead sing. Will you save me? Will you save me? On my knees I'll pray to something. I don't know you, I don't know you at all. Can you see me when the wind blows through my soul? Can you hear me when the scream is all I know? Can you see me? This is all that I deserve. Can you hear me? I pray for the pain I serve. I belong here where the shame ends. And I belong here where all life ends. I belong here with the fallen. Here is nowhere, here is everything. I belong here with the broken. We are lost and we have nothing to lose. Can you see me when the wind blows through my soul? Can you hear me when the scream is all I know? Can you see me? This is all that I deserve. Can you hear me? I pray for the pain I serve.
Gary Numan. Well, I don't know what else there is to say apart from just Gary Numan. Gary Numan is just an absolute star, and you know, that album Savage is an absolute belter. It's a proper return to form. I think that was actually number one, that album as well, wasn't it?
I don't know, but
I think it was.
I start taking notes again of Gary Numan a bit more with that album a few albums back. I think he admits himself, you know, that he had a bit of a period where he sort of lost the way a bit.
Yeah.
And then sort of early 2000s, there was some great stuff with Hybrid and Pure. And then, well, the guy's prolific anyway. He's talking about 20 albums, isn't he? But this was a huge return to form.
Oh,
and,
massive!
Lucky to see him a few years ago in Liverpool. And this, I just love this track because the drums are just absolutely awesome on it, and it's like a marching song. And I think he used Heaviosity Damage with obviously with the real kits. But that's a Contact library, and something, and you can hear those sort of heavy sounds of the Damage kits. So that's why I chose this. I mean, I could have chose one or two others on the album because they're so good, aren't they? Some of the tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's interesting. Chris Payne was saying when we were interviewing him a little while back that he said anything he played on the synthesizer, Gary Numan would always come over first and go, "It's great, but just do it like this, would you?" And he's in absolute control of every piece of sound that comes out, and you can hear that in everything that he plays. It's just pristine. Everything's just superb, and and that's where you get that massive sound that comes out of sometimes the bass or the drums or whatever, because that's the piece that Gary wants to come out of that piece of music. He's the guy's an absolute genius. He really is. Come on, Phil, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's Gary Numan, for goodness' sake.
Well, this is. I actually gave him my second favourite review, and I've got to do it justice with a bit of acting or whatever here. But I put friend of the show, a massive bringer of Christmas cheer. Gary proves he isn't a new man. In fact, he hasn't changed at all. Let's face it, with his messages of doom and death. Let's face it, we won't have anything less from him, though. The ghost of Christmas future.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm sure he's watching tonight because he always does.
Yeah. We won't want a cheery track off him, would we? Let's face it.
No.
Wouldn't be quite the same.
Anyone thinks it's a Christmas show.
Yeah. Who incidentally is the artist I think I've seen the most. I've seen him more than anybody else.
Oh, really?
I saw him twice in 1 week in America.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never had the chance to see him.
What a great way to the last track of 2021 for us, and I think what a great way to finish with Gary Numan.
With Gary, friend of the show.
Exactly, friend of the show, but also just an iconic synthesis. And doesn't even know it. Because he listens all the time. Phil, what are you on about?
We've got to get him on next year somehow. Can we do it?
Somehow. Yeah, he's bound to be.
Let's get him on.
Speak to your mate Chris Payne.
Have a chat with Chris Payne, see if we can get him. Yeah, put a word in for us. Just need to get another packet of free passes. We'll be fine. But what a way to end the show with a synthesis icon like him. What a superb show that was, Martin. Once again, thanks for putting all those fantastic tunes together. Let's just have a quick rundown of what we've been listening to tonight. Let's see if I can get this in running order properly. And we might even put a tune over the top of this. I've got to do that now. Now I've said it. So here we go. Starting off, we had Hannah Peel with The Emergence in Nature. Fantastic piece of music. If you haven't listened to any Hannah Peel before, then please do. It's very John Hopkins-esque and superb album, that latest album as well. Then we moved on to our good friend Tim Lewin, Ploy Dreams. Tim from Llandudno, do look him up. That was a nice chippy tuney Timmy Tooney. It was fantastic. Number 3, we then went to The Path of Least Resistance, Dead Above the Neck. There was some kind of political statement in there from New York, but we didn't quite work out what it was. But it was a superb piece of music anyway. Then we moved on to Lorenzo Montana with Atrium, right in the depths of that evil labyrinth there, which was absolutely fantastic. Then moving on to number 5, it was good old Dr. Skime, In the House, Lost Patrol. Really unusual piece of music from Dr. Skime, just fantastic though. It's always a good, fantastic, different piece of music from Dr. Skime. Then we moved on to Frankie, I'll go easy way. Frankie and Riki Abi, Burning Notre Dame, which again was another brilliant distorted piece of music. Then we moved straight on to number 7, which was Tycho with L, which was again a massive ambient piece there, absolutely superb. Then we moved straight on to number 8, which was Void Windmill, with your superb words around Windy Miller there as well. Thank you very much indeed for that, Phil. Then we moved on to number 9, which was Robert Shrigley, Woolf, with Dark Matter. And then we moved on to number 10, which was Memley, Blood on You, some classic electro dance there. And we moved on to Marty's Monster, which was Kebu, Fleeting Lights. What a wonderful anthem theme type of piece of music that was. And then we ended the night with the classic Gary Numan from the album Savage, Pray for the Pain You Serve. What an evening of music. Bookended beautifully, Martin, with a piece in the middle as well. It was fantastic with some local artists in there. What a way to end 2021.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Magnificent.
Nice one, guys.
Indeed. Yes, it's been an utter pleasure as always. Martin, thank you very much for putting all those pieces of music together. Phil, for your words that you stitched together wonderfully like a crocheted, beautiful duvet that just spreads all over the top of us as we listen to that music, with all of your patchwork of words pulling together to create this amazing, almost novelistic piece of work that you put together there. We would have a book of those words, Phil, and then you perhaps ought to be an author at some point in need. So, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Throughout the whole of 2021, it's been a pleasure. And I'm sure 2022 will bring us other great, interesting things.
We will be back for season 3.
So, Martin, you need to give us your biggest, your best goodbye for 2021 and see if for once you can beat Phil.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it's very good. You've gone way too loud on the top of your mic with that, so that could knock you down a couple of the points. You would have got a 9.4 for that. I'm going to give you an 8.6 because you've over-egged your mic on that one, Phil.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas!
It's a classic.
To a better 2022.
It's a classic, and he's got a bit of a nice little end there to try and keep us all happy as well. That's a 9.8. Once again, Martin, you've let yourself down very badly, especially at this Christmas time. So, you know, I know you're disappointed in yourself.
It's Christmas for that one.
I know you're disappointed in yourself, but not as disappointed as we are in you. No, what a way to... What a way to end the show. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody out there, for listening. Thank you, all the artists who put their music through. And we'll see you again soon. Have a lovely Christmas.
Bye.
Puls8 Radio, Christmas, the special. Puls8 Radio, Christmas, the special. Merry Christmas, Puls8ers.